Good morning, 8th standard students. Today I am going to teach the economics lesson, money, saving and investment. You are going to know about the evolution of money, value, nature and function and importance of money. You are going to understand about the savings and investment, and you are going to know about the black money in this lesson. Money, it is a fundamental discovery. It's very helpful for day-to-day transactions. And also it will be very helpful for valuing goods and services and store the wealth and for business in future. It is anything which is widely accepted to pay for goods. Okay. In olden days, barter system that was used. That is nothing but exchange of goods for goods. Now, we are going to see about the evolution of money. The word money is derived from Roman word moneta juna. It is the Roman goddess and also republic money of the Roman Empire. Our Indian rupee, it is derived from the Sanskrit word rupaya, that means silver coin. Today we are using paper notes and also coins as money. You know very well about that. But the olden days, that is earliest and primitive stage, what system we use now? Barter system. Okay, now about barter system we are going to learn. Barter system, that is nothing but exchange of goods for goods without use of the money. That was prevalent in primitive stage. People, what did they do? They exchanged their goods and services for other goods and services. It had many difficulties. They faced many difficulties, the barter system. What are the difficulties faced by them in the barter system? First difficulty, lack of double coincide of incidence of bonds. Second difficulty, common measure of value. Third one, indivisibility of commodities. And the fourth one is difficulties of storing wealth. Was difficult to store the wealth during that time. Next, some of the major stages through which money has evolved are as follows. Commodity money, metallic money, paper money, credit money, near money, they are the recent forms of money nowadays we are using. Recent forms of money. First one, commodity money. What is that? Any commodity that was demanded and chosen by common consent, that was used as money. Commodities like goods like furs, skins, salt, rice, wheat, utensils, weapons, etc., they were commonly used as money. Such exchange of goods for goods, that was known as barter exchange or barter system. Now the next one is metallic money. Commodity money, later it changed into metallic money. Metals were used. Metals like gold, silver, copper, etc., they were used. They could be easily handled. Okay, that was called as metallic money. Now the next one is paper money. You refer the next paragraph. Paper money. What is that? It is in the next page. What is paper money? It was very inconvenient and also danger to carry gold and silver coins from place to place. Okay, so invention of paper money, it was a important stage in the development of money. Paper money that was regulated and controlled by central bank of the country, that is Reserve Bank of India. At present, large part of money it consists of mainly currency notes or paper money that issued by the central bank. Okay. Now next one is credit money. What is that? People keep certain part of the cash as deposits with the banks and they can withdraw through check. The check known as credit money or bank money. Okay, it performs the same as the function of money. Now we have studied about credit money or bank money. Now the next one is near money. What is that? Final stage of the evolution of money that has been the use of bills of exchange and also treasury bills, bonds, debentures, saving certificates, etc. It will be included. This will be included under near money. Now we are going to see about the recent forms of money. First one is plastic money. It is the latest type in the form of credit card, smart card, debit card, etc. That is called as plastic money. Now the next one is e-money, that is electronic money. What is that? Electronic money, it exists in banking, computer systems and it is available for transactions through electronic system. You know about this. Now the next one is online banking or net banking. Online banking, that is otherwise known as internet banking. It is an electronic payment system. It will be enable customers of a bank and other financial institutions to conduct a financial transactions through website. That is called online banking. Now the next one is e-banking. That is otherwise known as electronic banking. One more name, National Electronic Funds Transfer. That is use of electronic means. For what purpose? To transfer funds directly from one account to another account than by the check or cash. We have finished about the e-banking. Now next paragraph you refer. What do you mean by value of money? What is that? That means purchasing power of money over goods and services. The relationship between the value of money and price level is inverse. There is an inverse relationship between the value of money and price level. The value of money, it is of two types. One is internal value of money and the another one is external value of money. Internal value of money means purchasing power of money over domestic within the country goods and services. Within the country's goods and services. That is purchasing power of money over domestic goods and services. That is called internal value of money. What do you mean by external value of money? That is nothing but purchasing power of money over foreign goods and services. Domestic goods and services, that is called internal value of money. Foreign goods and services, that is purchasing power of money over foreign goods and services, that is known as external value of money. Now we are going to see about the nature of money. Lot of confusion over the meaning and nature of money. It is difficult concept to define because it fulfills not only one function but three functions. Okay, unit of account, medium of exchange, and also store of value. Sir John Hicks, what is the definition given by him? It is defined by its functions. Anything is money that is used as money. And one more definition, money is what money does. This definition given by Parker. Now the next paragraph. Some economists, they define money in legal terms. That is, anything which state declares as money is money. It possesses general acceptability and it has the legal power to discharge the loans. Understood? It is a legal tender money. Now, we are going to see about the functions of money. What are all the functions of money? It may be classified into primary or main function, secondary function, and also contingent function. There are three functions. One is primary function and the another one is secondary function and the another one is contingent function. Now we are going to see about the primary functions. What are they? First one, medium of exchange or means of payment. Money is very helpful to use to buy the goods and services. That is the first function. Now next function, measure of value. All values are expressed in terms of money. So it will be very easier to determine the rate of exchange between the goods. These are all the primary functions of money. Now secondary functions. What are all the secondary functions? First one is standard of deferred payment. That is future payment. It helps the future payment. Borrower borrowing today himself under an to pay a specified sum of money on some specified future date. That is very helpful for future payment. Money will be very helpful for future payment. That is the first secondary function. Next one is store of value or store of purchasing power. We introduced money. So, introduction of money, it will be very helpful to save it for future. Third one, transfer of value or transfer of purchasing power. Transfer of value or transfer of purchasing power. Money, it makes the exchange of goods to distant places and also abroad. So it is very necessary to transfer purchasing power from one place to another place. Now third function is contingent function. What are all contingent function? First one is, it will be very helpful for the basis of credit. It play an important role to increase the productivity of capital, for measurement and distribution of national income. These are all the three functions of money: primary function, secondary function, and contingent function. Now refer the box. Inflation and deflation. Inflation, that is nothing but prices are rising, steady increase in the price level. Prices are rising but the value of money will fall. Deflation, that is nothing but prices are falling, the value of money will rise. Deflation, that is nothing but sudden decrease of price. Inflation, that is nothing but steady increase of price. Now savings in banks and investment. Savings. What is the definition given? What do you mean by savings? It is the part of consumer disposable income which is not used for current consumption. Current consumption, that means it is the part of the person's income which is not used for consumption, that is called saving. There are several ways. Several ways are there through which a person can save money. First one, what is that? Student savings account. These are savings accounts for young people. They can enroll their names in high school or college. Okay, lower minimum balance enough requirement. Lower minimum balance is enough for this account. Now the second one, savings deposit. They are opened by customers to save the part of their current income. They can withdraw their money from their accounts when they needed it. Okay, when they require it. And small amount of interest they will get. That is called savings deposit. Now the next one is current account deposit. Current account deposits. They are generally opened by business firms or business traders or public authorities. They often banking transactions as they are repayable on the demand. It will be very helpful for frequent banking transactions. That is called a current account deposit. Next, fixed deposit, time deposits. Investors, they want their principal to be shaped and also yield them a fixed yield. That is otherwise called as term deposit or time deposit, normally fixed for a specific period. That is called a fixed deposit. So 4 deposit account we have studied: student saving account, savings deposit, current account deposits, and fixed deposits. Now we are going to see about the benefits of savings. What are all the benefits? What are all the uses? What are all the benefits of savings? Financially, we will be independent. We don't have to worry for any unexpected expenses. In future, it will be very, very helpful. We will be prepared if our circumstances change. More comfortable in retirement time also. Save today for better tomorrow. Better tomorrow, that will be very helpful. Future purpose very, very helpful. Intensity to save among the students. We should teach them about the taxes and also accounting. They want to involve in grown-up money decisions. We should encourage them to apply for scholarship also. It will be very helpful for budget and also apply for students loan also. Personal savings, it will encourage the students for personal savings. we can encourage the students to open a student Sanjayika scheme. Okay, till this enough. Thank you.